Hey guys, welcome to another game cast here for the Acer Teamstory Cup 2013. And we have two players from Meet Your Makers and My Insanity squaring off. Baldy, let's get into this.
In the bottom left of this huge map, Whirlwind, we have our red Zerg, Slayer of Tarson, representing Meet Your Makers. It is Ares.
And his opponent in the top right, Spawny Blue and Zerg. It's going to be My Insanity's Dana. Now I want to comment on this real quick. Dana is a player that I wouldn't necessarily say like I fanboy over, but I've been seeing him appear in a lot of like Go for Starcrafts and Zotacs and other various events, and I gotta say, I've seen him jumping teams a lot. I mean, when I first saw him, he was on Vega, then he went to like It's Gosu, and then was teamless, and then something, I don't know. He's been all over the map, but from what I understand, he's actually contracted to My Insanity now. So it's really nice for me to see a player that I've seen play a bunch finally find a home.
There you go.
Hopefully he can represent My Insanity here, though. I mean, Tarson started this series off really nicely for him. So it's kind of like, you know, you set someone up, and you knock him down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's got a big reputation, big boots to fill after killing 4 people. Tarson, that was. Oh, sorry, 3 people in the end, as Ares was able to take him down. But ZVZ on Whirlwind. Like you were saying, like a many cars, Whirlwind often lends itself to later games, but ZVZ might have something to say about that.
I gotta tell you, Baldy, 9 times out of 10 on this map, like you expect, whether it's Muta versus Muta or Ling versus Ling, whatever it is for Zerg versus Zerg, we tend to have short games on this map, and it just makes me so angry, because yeah, as you said, look at this map, it's huge, the bases are spread so nicely, there's double ramps on each of them, so I mean, I love seeing late games on this map. I love seeing Zerg versus Zerg late games on this map. In fact, I think one of the best ones ever cast was played by Zervas, a player for Binary Evasion, on this map. But 9 times out of 10, it's a short game because something stupid happens. So, I mean, it's up to these players to lead us in whatever direction. I'm really excited and hoping. My fingers are always crossed for that late game potential, but I wouldn't be too surprised if this ended up being a shorter game.
Yeah, really. And like you're saying, whether it's Lings or Mutas, I mean, especially now with Heart of the Swarm, Mutas being that much more effective, it's like pretty much like you'd put your money on it.
Well, it's funny because we're seeing some players start to break through. Like right now, probably most of the games out there are Muta versus Muta. Because, quite frankly, if you don't go Mutalist when your opponent goes Mutalist, you're probably going to lose that game. But we've seen some people like Hyun and Pig and other great players who are just dedicated to saying like, look, I hate Mutalists. There's got to be a better way. So we see people start opening with 10 pools to cause economic damage so that they can later on, you know, go Roach Hydra and have enough to actually deal with Mutalisks or Infestors or what have you. So I'm excited to see where the game leads us. But I mean, right now at the time of this cast, this early into Heart of the Swarm, Muta versus Muta seems to be the staple build that, like, if you don't go this build, you're probably playing Zerg wrong.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the 4-gate in early Protoss PvP, like, and how it took a while to kind of go away from that kind of
or how
concept,
the Zerg vs Protoss Forge Fast expand builds, right? Like,
yeah.
God, like Day 9 said this too at one point, where you could blindfold him and he could cast that match. It would just come down to flipping the coin of like, do the Broodlords Infestors win or do the Colossus push win? You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, part of me's a little scared because, and again, I'm dropping so many names here, guys. Be jealous of my non-existent knowledge here, but like you got players like Hyun, amazing Zerg player. Nobody should not know who Hyun is at this point, but if you don't, I mean, he's like a top-notch Zerg player. He has said, I hate Muta versus Muta. There's no skill. It's just the random glaive bounces determine who wins. So, and again, another name drop. You guys have probably seen it. Was it State of the Game where In Control is just like, I think I'm flapping more wings than you're flapping. I mean,
In Control has the best quotes.
He does. He's hilarious. He makes everything he does that much better. But I mean, okay, look at this. We got the Overlord Highway set up for both players, so they're going to have a ton of map vision. And this is another annoying part of this matchup, I feel, because the fog of war is essentially non-existent.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now,
I sorry, I was just really interested. I was clicking on Ares and his hotkeys. He's actually got 4 and 5 for a pool. Not that it means anything, but it's just interesting to note that.
Oh, he's probably one of those players, I do it too, where you just like hold control and drag your fingers across the keyboard at the start of the game, and then just keep making new hotkeys from there. But one thing I want to comment on is we don't actually see a lot of Ling or Bane aggression here. What we do have is 2 players who are ready for it, but instead decide to say, okay, I think there's some sort of gentleman's agreement going on, let's just go straight to Mutalisks, because we do have a lot of gas taken for both players.
Yeah, we're on the way for both players now. We are going to have Dana with, or Dana is it? Sorry, I mispronounced.
I believe it's Dana. I believe.
Dana, yeah. So Dana is going to have his lair earlier, so in theory we'll be able to get Spire up slightly earlier, but we'll have to see. There are 22 lings on the way for Ares, so we might have something to say about this. It's kind of that common timing once you get 2 bases established and you get out to lair, you know, just build a whole lot of lings, because why not?
Well, Zerglings, they're actually really important to the Mutalisk fight, but I don't want to start talking about that before it happens, because if this does just end up being a ton of banelings to go all in with, I'll be completely wrong.
Yeah. Well, that might be the mind game that he's playing. I mean, like you said, lings are very important for the glaive bounce once the mutas get on, but lings this early, I guess we're going to see that they'll be able to hit well and truly before Spire completes. We do have the Spire now just starting.
Oh, Dana's only got a couple Banes down, Baldy.
Yeah,
I mean,
not really prepared enough for this, but it looks like he will be able to repel enough, but he might lose his third.
Yeah, actually, he might be able to save this. It depends where the banelings go. Because, I mean, Dana just finished up with his own banelings. He's trying to deal with Ares coming across the map here, but that hatchery is still standing.
Ooh, nice connect then.
Yeah, both players getting, I don't know, combination good and bad hits, I feel.
Yeah.
The scrap fest still continuing. Ares continuing to reinforce with a ton of Zerglings.
That not hit.
I don't know, but it's so close. Dana, though, trying so desperately to hold on to this hatchery, and if he can maintain this, this is going to be a really big victory for him, because Ares has dedicated so much larva to so many Zerglings.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, if Dana...
because of that.
Yeah, if Dana, his Spire just finished, he'll be up earlier, so he'll have Mutalisks out sooner, but he's had to use a bit of gas on these Banelings. We'll have to see if that hurts his Mutalisk production, as I think we're about to see 10 come out in just a moment.
Yeah. Spire just finishing up now. There we
go.
go.
Yeah.
No, not the way. He'll keep producing them. Back in Wings of Liberty, we used to see, like, let's say, like 7 to 9 or so on average, and then they'll transition into, like,
Whoa! Nice Baneling hits coming from behind. Dana just kind of, like, surprise.
Just doesn't even care about my casting. He's like, here, I'm just going to put more action in your face. Bam.
Yeah. Darn this player for making the game exciting for us. What a jerk. But okay, some big Banes here for Ares. He's got to be careful with them, though. Dana with some really nice choices to send in a couple Zerglings at a time. This is definitely the way to deal with the Banelings.
Right. 22 lings for Ares. It looks like even though he built the Spire, he's kind of really committing to this ground force, trying to win it right here and right now, it seems.
One health left on that
he'll be able to
Baneling.
come back because now with these 3 extra mutas, you know, he's not going to be able to keep up with the Spire play, so...
Yeah, the Carapace is going to be really nice for Dana, too. I mean, that's going to kick in way earlier. And if he just waits, like, if he just waits and has similar Mutalisk count but has that +1 armor, he's going to win that fight.
Yeah, it's interesting. We do have the 12 on the way for Ares, so it's a little bit later. We're going to have 12 on the field for him, while we're going to have 17 on the field for Dana. So still, Dana's always going to have that upgrade lead and also the Muta lead while they're on 3 base.
Oh, he's taking a bit of damage from this Queen. That's what you want to do when your opponent has Mutalisk just nearby. Where are they? They're coming out just now. So Dana got to be a little bit careful here, as he just doesn't have the numbers or the Zerglings to really take this fight.
Yeah, they're both even on gas, so that's not going to be an issue. It's really... Oh, actually, getting a few... Dana, they're getting a few nice hits off on Ares' mutas.
Yeah, his Mutalisks were, I don't know, unresponsive to say the least. But Dana needs his own Zerglings. There they are, coming underneath. Looking at the actual unit counting station, though, is 18-8. Dana has a significant lead in Mutalisk here, Baldy, and he's going to kill these Overlords. And if Ares gets supply blocked, I fear the worst.
It's not looking good, that is for sure. With the upgrade now coming in, there's a nice kind of surround if you want to call it that from an air battle, but it's still Dana doing a lot more damage. He's got the Lings underneath as well, so the glaive bouncers are going to really go into favor. Actually, as I say that, the Lings don't care and you go straight into the net.
Just like, good luck, Mutalisk. See you later. Not a bad choice, though, because this is going to force Ares to have to deal with this. He can't ignore these Zerglings. Yeah, he's lost his 3rd base at this point.
I think Dana just has too much on the field right now for Ares to deal with.
I mean, taking out that 3rd, Dana can go home, regroup, and then come back bigger and better than ever. Not to mention, he's got that +1 Carapace, whereas Ares does not. And taking that engage, we can already see how much that's coming into effect here, Baldy. Dana's got the numbers, he's got the upgrades. This is just looking a little too good, and it's at that point now where Ares... I don't know what he can do other than he's trying to go for a counterattack, but yeah, I mean, GG, well played. There you go. Dana flapping more wings than Ares was flapping wings. Takes this game, leading us to the next game, potentially the final game even.
Yeah, we'll see.